What is up, guys? It is finally time for a Daytona project update. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the build or unfamiliar with the history of the build, I'll just do a quick little refresh. So essentially, my friend had a Mustang, and as we were getting it ready for the Texas Mile, we threw a new rear end in it, had the tuner, or instructed the tuner to go around the block, test it out. He ended up taking it out on the highway and totaling the car. So, there was a lot thought about what we should do. Should we get a new Mustang body and throw all the running gear that didn't get wrecked in it? And my friend's wife ended up saying, well, you've always wanted like a Daytona, so could you put all that running gear in a Daytona? And here we are. Now this video is essentially just going to be us mocking up a motor and transmission in the Daytona to figure out if the mounts are going to work, and testing an intake to see if we can run a Boss intake or if we have to go to some other kind of creative means of getting an intake on there. So with that being said, let's get to the video. Alright, so here we are with our new T56. This one should hopefully fit tonight. We're going to bolt it up to the motor and try to test fit both of them with the mounts. How much pressure are you putting holding that up? Good amount? Okay. We might actually need that for when we slide her in.
Yeah, that's actually probably perfect.
So
from an angle.
Guess we'll remember the fourth hole, the hidden fourth hole.
Nice. You know what? Maybe take a marker out when we're done and just write on there with trans.
Yeah.
And then we'll know which hole it's in. So much easier to do this stuff if there's nothing in the car. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you gotta go down now.
Tell me if we need to stop.
We're getting real
Stop
close.
there.
We are really close.
Can that back end shove down anymore? This is too much pain in the ass.
Should we re-grab it on the middle point? Just so you can get more of a severe angle.
Yeah. You might be. It may be even easier to reach inside. Can you reach through it and just shove down in the tail? And Brandon can.
Be worthless in video the whole time.
Huh? This is why we need a video just up here or something. Gonna have to go to the forward
Get out of
position.
the tiny hole now.
Yeah,
Rat trap.
Hey, buddy.
So yeah, that lines up.
Are you videoing now? Yeah. You can stop if you want.
Yeah.
You want to go play with the kids?
So is that bar going to be in the way, or do you think it's going to, for shifting into
shifter?
second? Yeah.
Well, we can put that plate in here
Yeah,
and
we're
check
going to have to do that.
What I want to do is grab the transmission plate and see if it looks like it's going to mate up to the mount. This plate does not fit.
The cross member? Oh.
So this needs to go underneath, but because it's set up to go that way for apparently a shorter trans, so it would fit something like this, but our trans mount is right here. So this,
Was that for this build, or?
yeah, it's for this car.
Then we're probably looking at it wrong.
So what if this goes? No, we're not looking at it wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But we could get it. We could easier to make a new one of these. See where the mounting bracket goes on the side. And see where our transmission mount is right back here.
Yeah.
And so this needs to be tapered some.
I mean, almost like if
like
you...
this middle section needs to be extended, which it won't do because it's too skinny. But I feel like we can use this as a template.
I mean, if you line up this front hole
With the back hole?
with the back hole, it probably lines up.
Right, but then it's too fat back here. But I think what we can do is use this as a template, and then get another one of these. We can just make another one of these that comes back,
Yeah.
6 inches or so.
Yep.
That way we don't actually have to mod the transmission mount. It's a lot easier. Well, cool, it adds a little sweet flavor to everything.
Yeah, it does.
No one, you haven't lived till you have a crown and coolant.
Crown and coolant.
I think we just got our answer.
Ooh, that's tall.
That's a no-go.
Not looking good.
Well, that pretty
I
much.
don't know. What about that little?
It's got a
scoop
bulge
right there.
Yeah, that does bulge back. Or what you could do is
Come on, try it.
It doesn't bulge that far back.
How do you know?
I'm looking.
Maybe today's your lucky day.
I'm looking at the bottom.
well, maybe you just cut that section out.
Of the hood.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
And then you could be like a ZR1 and do like some lame plastic piece over
Put a
it.
big clear plexiglass right over the intake.
I just cut it and maybe have like a shade tree racer.
At least you have something to blow off. that you could replace. Boom. Yeah.
No, you just cut out the center and then maybe have like a shade tree eraser down the center of the sheet metal. I think it would look cool with the sheet metal hanging out the front. Just get it powder coated black. I think it would look good.
So your bolts.
You're joking.
No.
You have to be joking. Well, we have
Well, what we could do.
a 1/4 inch of plate.
Yeah.
That's not.
That's a gasket.
Here, I mean, here. I see what you're saying, Trent, on this, but when you look back here, the bulge actually doesn't go all the way back.
No, I understand.
It goes,
You've got like an inch of material.
and well, that's where the brace is,
Yeah.
and it's this far.
Yeah.
So the brace
So you would have to drop it 5 inches.
So we would need this much room.
Yeah. You need that thing to drop down to here.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't do a
That's-
cowl version of that.
I'm sure you can.
That just gets pricey. But as for intercooler space, that's gonna be
This is a big downer.
hard to find.
We were kind of counting on that intercooler.
I mean, alternatively, you could go full race car.
It's so tall.
You could go full race car and build an intake to point backwards. Come through here and then put the intercooler back there.
You do that, yeah. So that gap that you see there, it's not that the engine's going to come down with the right motor mount.
Spacers.
Yeah, the spacers are going to take that gap up. I saw it.
So
Even though it should be good.
now we actually put it in the right hole. And you said the transmission lined up better too? Kind of. That looks like that bar is going to be in the way. We'll see.
Well, it definitely moved it forward.
Well, let's put the intake back on.
the forward shifter. So that should be fine. Intake.
Yep. Throw it back on.
We may need to take the plate off to measure this accurately. It's just sitting up so high.
Wow.
A 1/4 inch.
Yeah. That's better than it was.
Yeah.
And if there's a slightly shorter,
So what we
We
ought
might
to
be in
do is
business.
measure. You know what we could do? Put the nose on the car because there's such a gap here, and just climb up the bottom without this here, and just use a flashlight and measure it. Or
that's
go-
all you, buddy.
Or go through the wheel well.
Watch that thing.
Got it.
Watch your right foot.
Scoop it in, right?
Yeah, it should just sit straight because we don't have anything on it.
You need more room over there?
I don't think so.
That would be the intake.
Looks like we need to. Yeah.
Can't really see the measurement. Hey Brandon, can you come over here and hold this?
Yeah.
Or hold that side or something?
I'll hold that side.
I just want to peek under.
Yep.
You're just gonna take 2 hands.
Yep.
So
So it
that
looks-
brace stops right here, and that's probably really
Doesn't this piece pop off?
that much too thick. No, this doesn't.
I could have sworn that
It's
entire.
just a sticker. You
No, I mean
half?
the whole half.
I don't know, but it's not just that. We're still high.
Okay.
We're high by this. It's got to be this height.
Yeah, that's.
So it's more than.
Yeah, it's off.
It's more than all of that. So really, as high as we could go with anything is this lip right here.
God, that's so far.
Well, you could get a measurement and see where it's not gonna fit. I can't imagine it's gonna be that short.
2 inches, right?
No.
Your left
No.
pan's already fucked.
Yeah, that oil pan's a goner. Transmount might work now. Let me see it. Trent's genius may have saved us from a custom fit.
Yeah, it didn't make sense that.
No, I don't think it saved us from it, but it was close.
Woo! Hooray for almost saved.
It is closer.
What about this piece? What does this go to?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it extends the doohickey.
No, it doesn't really line up to anything. It might extend. I wonder if it extends the thing on the trans itself.
I bet it extends it, but
I
it
bet
does
it
that.
does. But that one I think will be okay on forward shifting. Is definitely okay. You can see that's there. Man, it's like just barely above the gear, isn't it?
Try and stick it back on.
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, if it ain't tight, it ain't right.
That was awesome. And good timing. There. Perfect.
Perfect.
So shifting's fixed. Trans mount's probably fixed. If not, that's easy to fab and doesn't require welding.
Intake.
This is going to take some thinking.
I bet you, though, that
Custom made.
like I was saying, you just grab the TVS and run the lower, and then you build a metal hat for it. You sacrifice all your runner length, so your mid-range suck.
I've never done that, but don't you have to run a heat exchanger then?
Yeah, that's what
'Cause
happens.
You're not running a water-based intercooler at that point.
No, that is water-based.
Well,
Because
it's a water-based, but you're still running a water tank. You're talking
yeah, you're
about?
still running a water tank for the reservoir, but it's just like you're having a Whipple on there. Except instead of the Whipple on top,
It's just a
you
big
use
hat.
that lower, and then you just make a metal hat. Like I said, you sacrifice this runner length, so you lose a lot of mid-end torque, but because
Yeah, we don't really need
you're all
torque. Yeah.
high RPM, then
Torque is not our issue.
it'll probably help. And I mean, you can get that sheet metal hat built however you want.
Yeah.
I can show you a couple pictures of the one that I'm going to be running on mine.
Yeah.
And that's what the Devil's Reject used to run. I think he still does. And
With his turbo.
yeah, and he's making like 2,000 horsepower. So
That's not enough. We'll get way more than that. Just kidding.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the boss is gone either way, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
it's not going to work.
Nope. It's drink.
Yeah, beer time. Alright, so that's the video. Didn't get a ton accomplished in this video, but I think he ended up choosing to go with a custom MMR intake. I think it's more like the squared off version rather than the rounded, so measurement wise it should fit. Gives him a little bit more runner length than the other solution that I brought up too. So I think this next video we'll be working on sheet metal, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. So thanks for watching and have a good day.